and welcome to this week's edition of Revved Up. It's a new week, meaning we have a new car, we have new celebrities, we have new tips for you. Now, one of the things we do on Revved Up as well, later on in the show, is to try and make sure you can buy yourself a new car and also enjoy your driving experience in Uganda. Now, this week, we're doing it very big. On the show is a car that was just the other day here in Kampala launched. It's also labeled the world's best-selling pickup. And where else is it supposed to start if it's not Revved Up? You're working with Andrew Kabuura. Welcome aboard. It's next.
On this edition of Revved Up, driving can be a dusty business, so it's important to regularly check your air filters and change them at least once a year, or when they get too dirty. To locate the air filter in your car, open the hood and look for a rectangular box in the vehicle. This is called the cold air collector box because the car inhales air through an air intake tube into the air filter inside the box. Lift out the air filter gently and hold it up to the light. If the light doesn't stream through it, try to shake some of the dirt loose. If you still can't see light through it, then it's time for a new filter. Avoid trying to blow through the filter, as this can end up being more damaging than helpful. Most filters will only need changing once a year, but if you do a great deal of driving or your journeys take you through a lot of dusty areas, you may need to exchange them sooner.
All right, so on this week's Celebrity Rides, again, we have a very big celebrity. Probably, I could say one of the most popular footballers in the country now. Let me give you a couple of reasons why. He is South Africa's best goalkeeper in the 2015-2016 season. He is the #1 goalkeeper of the Uganda Cranes. In my view, he's probably the very best on the African continent. I'll give you reasons why. Denis Onyango, ladies and gentlemen. Super excited to have this man here, considering we even could be at the Africa Cup of Nations very soon. Is that something you're thinking about now?
Yeah, definitely. We are looking forward to making history because it's been a while since the nation has been to the Nations Cup. I mean, it's an opportunity for us to show off the talent in the country and also to break the jinx that has been around for a couple of years. And I mean, we've worked very hard for this, and the nation can't wait.
All right, so Onyango, the other question I've got to ask you now, because I'm a sports journalist, so I'm kind of inclined to asking you more questions. You go to Sundowns, you start on the bench from the beginning. Now you're starting ahead of Zambia's #1 Kennedy Mwene, and you've been voted the best in South Africa. Just how has the journey been like? How has it been like?
Well, it was a very difficult journey for me because I mean I was out for 2 years without playing active football, but I got the opportunity at the national team called up, and I managed to stay focused, and also the hard work that I was putting in, because I mean winning, I'll say 3 trophies in 1 year. It was 1 year, and also being USPA Player of the Year and also ABSA Premiership Goalkeeper of the Season. I mean, it was a big achievement for me, and I thank God for that.
All right, Dennis, now let's talk about your cars. This is a Golf. Very beautiful machine. Folks who have this car will tell you that it's very sentimental to them as well. They have lots of sentiments around it. Well, why do you have this car, and why do you specifically prefer this car?
Well, I'll say I love VW cars because I mean they're very fast cars. As a young man, I need a fast machine, and for me, it's a very fast car for me. And being the fact that I got it from South Africa when it was brand new. I mean, it means a lot to me. I mean, people were asking me to sell it to them, but I'll retire it at my house. And I mean, I can't get any other fast car than this. I would love to have a bigger car. But this is my quick car. I mean, it takes me 10 minutes from where I stay to town, and it's fantastic.
And of course, you talk about being a young man, and I think the car also shows. Tell us about the improvements. I see red seats inside, man.
Yeah, as I said, young people love nice things, and for me, I changed the color first. It was black, but I had to make it matte black. Yeah, because it's a new thing in town, and I've done it before with the other cars, but also the red interior. I think it brings out the beauty of the car. And as I'm dark like this, I like red inside so that people might recognize me when I'm driving. So for me, I think the beauty of this car is the fact that it's matte black and red inside, and it's a fast car. So you might think it's a beast. It just flies off the road.
Yeah, any other modifications you made?
No, I just made the rims as well black, but the way it's fast, I don't think I had to change inside a lot of stuff, because if you touch the engine, then you want to die. Yeah. So for me, I think the way it flies, it's okay for me.
All right, let's now talk about your other cars, because it's a small car in Kampala for him, and 2 big cars in South Africa, 2 big jeeps for the man in South Africa. That's lots of luxury, that's more power. Then what inspired those 2 now?
Well, we love sports cars. I mean, sports people love sports cars. I went for 2 SRTs. Obviously, I stay with my family in SA, and the kids love the space inside the SRTs, and they love fast cars as well. My kids love cars, and they rather be driven in a fast car than in a slow car, which looks nicer. So for me, the power of the car is amazing, because the takeoff itself, it's something else. Because when I compete with someone, I mean, I will leave him by far, because I mean, it's a very fast car, and also the beauty inside it. It's very comfortable, and safety, because you never know, in South Africa people drive recklessly, and for me, I think it's a very safe car for me to have it with my family and also the kids sitting at the back.
But for someone out there who is just starting, what kind of advice would you give them?
Definitely they should look for safety first, because I mean, as much as we like fast cars, you must be safe on the road as well, because you never know who's driving in front of you or across you. So for me, I think having a fast car is very nice and fantastic, but you need to be safe. And I think they should also look at the value of the car as well, and also the beauty of the car, because you don't just want to drive a car just because it's a car. You need to see the beauty and also the power in the car. So for me, I think they should look at both things and also have something in the pocket.
Sawa. All right, Denis Onyango, man, thank you very, very much for coming to our set. Ugandans out there are hoping we beat Comoros on the 3rd of September and qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations.
Thanks very much. For me, I think we'll do it. We need them to come in numbers and support us, because we are a nation and we need to fight for each other. And for me, I think when we qualify, they'll give us more cars.
Sir, that is it for Denis Onyango. Thank you very much, man.
Futuristic vehicles, brought to you by Shell V-Power. Chrome-plated grills of fine glossy finish, plush leather lining every inch of the interior, a digital media receiver. All this is nothing without performance. A great set of wheels is only as good as the engine powering it, and coursing through every great engine are the world's finest motor oils.
It's all about the engine.
Whatever you drive, whatever the condition, we have the right motor oil for your engine. Visit any Shell service station near you and choose the right oil for your engine. Shell Motor Oils, because it's all about the engine.
It's all about the engine.
Earlier this year in Las Vegas, a new concept racing car was unveiled, the FF01 by Faraday Future. This unique design allows for only 1 passenger, while its carbon fiber body and sleek exterior promote the utmost speed and efficiency. 2 wind tunnels are built into either side of the car to eliminate wind resistance, and the creators collaborated with NASA to integrate a kind of zero-gravity feel when driving. This is accomplished by engineering the seat to be at a 45-degree angle, which is apparently the position that is most comfortable for a driver. The headrest of the seat actually pumps water and air into the crash helmet, and there's a smartphone built into the steering wheel. The interior is all white, increasing the sci-fi aesthetic of the FF01, and the unconventional structural lines of the car, which they call the UFO line, are to be the defining features of all Faraday Futures cars. The designers have mentioned the desire for the car to be more or less able to drive and function on its own with the help of technology. We're unsure what speeds this car will actually be able to reach, since it's still just a concept, but undoubtedly its power will be as awe-inspiring and unreachable as its price tag. If autonomous racing cars are the future, it's easy to picture a world not too far away when humans no longer drive cars. The cars drive us.
Welcome to Revved Up, Peji Faruqi. He's Managing Director of BHP Motors. Tell us about BHP Motors. What do you do there?
BHP Motors is a small company. We started off with specializing in restoring vintage cars, and we also do other cars, but mostly European cars.
This car that you're standing by is just beautiful. Tell us about this car.
This is a Citroen 1946 Light 15, 4-cylinder 2000cc. The difference between this and other cars is all other cars have water pumps. The water system runs on gravity force.
Tell us the story of this car. Where did it originate? Who was the original owner? Do you know?
I won't really know, but my grandparents bought the car in the 50s. The family used it for some time, then it was dumped. So in 1989, I picked it up and stored it. And in 2010, I thought of rebuilding it again. It's unique and it makes me feel good. And the mechanical part of it is very challenging. I think that is what keeps me going. The challenge is on the mechanical part. I had to look for the cylinder head in Germany to get it moving. So once I got the engine, then the rest was easy, just bodywork. In its prime, I think the clock could do 80 miles an hour, but now it won't even go above 40 miles an hour.
But it still actually works.
Yeah, it still actually works, no problem. I drive it around, go for shows, but not heavy work. You can't give it a heavy workload, yeah. My passion for restoring cars, I think, is inbuilt, because my granddads, my uncles have all been mechanics. So it's a family thing.
I know this is not the only car you have. What other cars do you have?
I have a Mercedes 1942, an Austin 1936, and a very special Mercedes that is called a Koboto 1962.
Well, we look forward to you showing us some of these other cars on Revved Up. For now, let's go for a drive.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Just going through some of the comments on our social media. Our Facebook page is Revved Up Uganda, just in case you haven't joined it yet. The likes of Bayaya MC says, I like the interior, it looks like a plane. Big up Revved Up for promoting local products. This was his comments after the Kayola bus, which of course was recently. But we also have our YouTube channel, which is up and running now. That is Revved Up Uganda. Facebook is Revved Up Uganda. Go like both and join us. Let's have some social media interaction here on Revved Up. All right, now, logically speaking, what is a car show without the host being very generous and helping you buy your new car. It could be your 5th or 6th or 7th, but what we do is we help you get either cars like this or something even cheaper out there in the bonds. This is Best in the Bonds.
Since 1968, the Toyota Hilux has been the benchmark of quality for pickup trucks. And the same holds true today. The new 2016 Hilux is particularly outstanding because it has accumulated all the benefits from previous models and incorporated them into an improved and modern design. Toyota has gifted this pickup with an even stronger 4-cylinder 3.0-litre diesel engine that is capable of producing 154 horsepower.
This week we are very, very excited because for all the pickup lovers out there, for all the Toyota lovers out there, this is your moment. Because I tell you what, Toyota just launched the 8th generation pickup, the Hilux. So as we talk about the new Hilux now, beautiful color as well they have decided to bring for us today. I must say the expert will always come in, and joining us on set today is Mr. Baisama Awori, who is the National Sales and Marketing Manager, Toyota Uganda. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much
For joining us on set today. You can see the difference in dress code. I'm just a TV host, so that's all we do here. But thank you very much for joining us. As car lovers, we are pretty excited that there's a new Hilux that has come out now. There's so much to talk about it. The Toyota lovers out there are very, very expectant. For starters, what is the feeling inside Toyota about the new one? Is it about continuity? Is there so many changes? What is the feeling inside Toyota?
The feeling at Toyota is actually pure excitement. We are so excited about introducing the 8th generation Hilux pickup. What we've done differently is blend to what you have said. We've blended toughness with beauty, as you can see. That indeed is a beautiful looking car. The traditional perception of a pickup is a car you take over to your farm, a car you use primarily for moving heavy cargo, but we've changed the script. The pickup of today, specifically our Hilux pickup, is something that you use for daily use. You use it for business, leisure, and work. This is the kind of car which, as you say, even dressed like this, I've got no problem with driving it. I don't look out of place. This is the new era in the world of pickups. Let's start with taking a look at the front. To start, it's a much bolder look. Bold, but still very beautiful. You've got a wider and bigger grille. There's more space for ventilation for purposes of your radiator and intercooler. Our light assembly is larger and more curved, also for aerodynamics, and that basically helps you with your fuel efficiency, especially for those of you who are fleet owners. This is the machine you want that's beautiful, but also fuel efficient by virtue of aerodynamics.
It's been made slightly longer,
Yes, it has.
slightly wider as well.
Yes.
We shall talk about the beautiful curves, but how much of that is it improving its stability on the road? Because sometimes you're driving fast, sometimes you're using very rugged roads. How much of stability does that help? How more reliable is it in terms of being stable on the road?
On this 8th generation model, we have improved the chassis, It's a firmer, stronger chassis. And in fact, the outcome of that chassis is that the ride feels more like an SUV. We have increased our tire size, which is now 265 R17, much the same size as a Fortuner or a Prado. We do still have our retractable mirrors, but these are now a bit smaller and also more aerodynamic, especially with the fins. Some of the things we've done in terms of beautification of the rear, obviously the rear tail lights have been enhanced. They are bigger, and these fins are again for the more aerodynamics. The rear tailgate handle, too, we've put this chrome finish, and within the rear tailgate we have the reverse camera right underneath here. We've got a wider rear brake light. We've talked about the outside. Let's now go inside and show you the improvements. I just need to warn you on one thing. In my personal opinion, I think the inside of the 8th generation Hilux is the most beautiful in its range, but let's show you what it's all about.
Inside, the Hilux does not disappoint either. This double cab model is fitted with black seat upholstery and somehow manages to be both luxurious and robust at the same time. Aside from features which are usually not present in pickup trucks, there are some unique twists which make the Hilux extra special. The glove box via the air conditioning system is able to heat or cool various items which are placed inside. There is also a new high-tech touchscreen and a multi-information display with steering wheel mounted controls.
All right, that's just some of the front view when it comes down to the 8th generation. I've got now to have you guys into a feel of what happens in the back seat if you're the passenger. But why am I even putting on a seatbelt? We're not even driving. Who am I lying to? Eh? All right, let's go behind. Mr. Ori, how is it behind there?
Oh, I'm more than comfortable behind here. I've got adequate leg room, enough headroom, very comfortable feeling seat in a very safe vehicle.
The handling of the Hilux has been carefully thought out and improved as well. The double wishbone suspension at the front, combined with the leaf spring suspension at the rear, provides extra comfort, and power steering ensures that this pickup truck is easy to drive, no matter how terrible the roads might be. There is a four-wheel drive option as well that can be selected at the mere touch of a button, which makes for an easy transition. There have been many pickup trucks made by many brands, but the Toyota Hilux is perhaps the most famous, and for good reason. It is durable, powerful, versatile, adaptable, and comfortable. A range of benefits that few cars can boast. The secret of the Hilux's success is that Toyota has utilized its long history, built upon it, and will continue to do so for many years in the future.
All right, thank you very much, guys, for watching us this week. Hope you've enjoyed the Hilux. Yes, the 8th generation. Beautiful machine, good for off the road and on the road. Very luxurious as well. The VIP that I am means I'll take the back left. And see you guys next week.
Next week on Revved Up.